Yeah. How y'all doing? All right. Well, happy birthday to you. If today your birthday. Yeah. Shout out to everyone today. Appreciate y'all. But look, y'all. What we're going to get in today is where is YNW Melly's ex-manager? Oh, I left the A out of manager. Lord, how much? See, I work by myself, so I have to do everything on my own. So a lot of things I'm on time, don't make mistakes. Okay. Now look, y'all like, share, and subscribe to this video. Okay. Now y'all, we're gonna get into Francois, whoever his name is, Jameson. 100K. We're gonna get into 100K, okay? Francois or something like that. Now it was said that he was accused of being a police officer. Yeah. Now the question is he still Melly's manager? Because he can't make no money while Melly's still in there. But do you think he's still his manager? I don't think so. But before we get started, y'all, let's do this. Close that screen though and start letting all those flies up in here. Yeah, y'all. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk a little bit more about Jameson Francois. Okay, because during the time when Vaughn was getting shot, they brought up his name on the radio, allegedly. Okay, allegedly on the radio, but he said he's not a officer, but he is going on by his merited way and try to do some things. So we're gonna have like a little flashback on the young man. The young man is doing good, managing and producing, doing his thing. He done been on the red carpet. He's doing a lot of good things since he done got the headaches out the way. He done had King Von was a headache, and then you got YNW Melly headache. And then if he really thought, if 100K really thought that Melly's was gonna get out soon, he would have stayed with him. But I guess he said until time, then I'll do what I gotta do. So now we're gonna have a little flashback. Let's take a look at this. Oh, let me hook it up. I'm sorry. All right, let's take a look at this, y'all. Now, if that lady don't hurry up and have that baby, that other attorney, they're gonna lose. The state is gonna lose this. They're gonna lose this case. If they don't step their game up, he won't get the death penalty. So that's what they're working on now, trying to, give him the death penalty. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at to Francois. 100K. Y'all know who that is. Okay. I've been wondering where he been. I don't hear nothing from him. I don't hear nothing about a couple more rappers. I don't hear about since these people are either unalive or either locked up or something. Now, Francois, the last time we seen Francois, he was right here. Interviewing with Law and Crime. So let's start right here.
From the judge that this was a mistrial and that the jury could not come to a unanimous decision, and tried to tell us you are the manager for YNW Melly. What's your reaction to the mistrial?
I'm happy with it.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me turn the music out because I don't know why it's voice is so low. Okay. Let's mute the music. Okay. All right. Now let's see what Francois said. What did he just say? This is from the first verdict, his reaction from the first verdict.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the verdict we would want, of course, but it's a second chance, and I take that literal for everything. Second chance of life, second chance for better defense. So, I'm excited. Really feel like Melly's coming home. It felt like that, but it's just unconfirmed.
Had a chance to talk to Melly since he's been during this trial, and whether or not what his reaction would be to a mistrial.
I mean, they took this moment a long time ago before we even got to this case, so no, but I'm pretty sure he's patient, you know what I'm saying? He's just going to get into his music, write more, get into praying, and just because he's coming home. So if it's not today or tomorrow, it's definitely going to be soon.
Have you had a chance to talk to any of the other family members since the mistrial was called, or do you know how they would feel about it?
No, because it just happened. So, I'm pretty sure like everybody's feeling the same way I feel. As long as it's not against the hurt, you know what I'm saying? It's way more insurance than that. So, pretty much just ready for the next go around.
All right, thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
Okay. And that's Officer Francois. No, it's not. It's not. He's not an officer. Okay, so I think after that interview right there, excuse me, y'all, I'm about to come back right here. I believe after that interview right there, Francois knew that YNW Mellon probably wasn't going to get out there. What y'all think? Because this is second roller coaster for the death penalty, okay? So do you think 100K no more than what we know about this case? Because he's no longer YNW Melly's manager. But I am going to show you all something where Melly thinks he's going to get out. Melly think that he coming home and he's going to get out soon. So we're going to see a message from Instagram, see if he's going to respond back to 100K about this, okay? So let's look at this information right here. When Melly, the prosecutor, don't want to give, they trying to hold on to information that the defendants gave them, and they supposed to hand over them. They had 3 weeks to get him their document back. He got to get him. He can't just hold the document, the information that they gave them in hostage. He got to get them back that information. But he said he was. One thing about this case right here, I noticed something. They tell the judge what to do. And I don't understand how the judge letting them disrespect them like that. That was the prosecutor reaction. He gonna react to refusing to hand over what they have, Melly's. Yes, doing that search. They got something belongs to Melly, and they not gonna give it back to him. I don't understand that. But let's listen to this. Let's hear it again. Now, this is the prosecutors. Hold on, y'all. And the judge reacted to the state refusing to hand over what they have of Melly's. And I don't understand. And he telling the judge what he ain't gonna do. But this just a motion hearing, y'all. So they really ain't doing nothing, but this is motion hearing. That's all it is. It's just having that discussion, what they gonna use or what they not gonna use. I'm just giving y'all a few updates, okay? So let's go to another segment. Just coming in and give y'all a little bright, a little freshen up, a little haircut. Now this was back when 100K was saying that he was getting threats. Okay, this is what he said during that time. But you got to ask yourself, why was he getting threats? Okay, so let's check this out. Let's check this video out. Okay, let me make sure y'all can see it. All right. Okay.
bias because you know what I'm saying. Melly's innocent and been innocent ever since it started. You know what I'm saying? He would not commit no crimes like that, no heinous crimes like that.
YNW Melly's manager, 100K Track, talks about his client as he faces double murder charges in the deaths of his friends. The state's case coming to a conclusion soon. I'm Anjanette Levy. Welcome to the Law and Crime Sidebar podcast. Before the week ended in the YNW Melly murder trial, things came to a close early because attorneys on both sides became ill. The name of Melly's manager, Jameson Francois, who goes by 100K Track, came up several times during the week, particularly when it came to transfers of money to Melly after the homicides. Melly faces the possibility of the death penalty if convicted of the October 2018 murders of his friends and fellow rappers, Chris Thomas, who went by YNW Juvie, and Anthony Williams, known as YNW Sack Chaser. His co-defendant, Cortland Henry, who went by YNW Portland, will go to trial in October. I asked Track to discuss some of what's happened in the trial so far, but he said at this time he wanted to stay away from that since the case is ongoing. He started representing Melly in 2017. Track met Melly when the latter was serving time in jail. We talked about where he was in the hours before the murders.
I was home the whole day playing video games, playing 2K. It was 2K20 something or 2K19. I was just playing video games the whole day.
Track wasn't in the recording studio that night.
But he just lied and said he was, man, y'all.
Time is running out.
He said he was. He said he was playing video game. Oh, wee. That's why I've been trying to check up on him, y'all. I don't trust him.
Track wasn't in the recording studio that night. I asked him how he found out that Juvie and Sack had been killed.
The next day, in the morning, I got a call about it. I was very heartbroken. I was very confused. And didn't know what was happening. So we went to go see him. Though he already had his mom and a couple other people there. And, just basically, he was just trying to put it together and stuff like that. He had a lot of activities after like shows and video shoots and other things. And I personally, I wanted to just shut everything down because he had some time, but that situation, he didn't really want to be at a standstill. His mind was all over the place, so he wanted to keep working just to kind of like keep his mind off it and just keep moving. So it was a very tough day. That was a tough day.
Text messages shown during the trial show that Melly sent a pin to Fredo Bang, who then raced to pick Melly up after the murders. The defense has tried to cast doubt on whether it was Melly using that phone that ends in the number 9807. Portland claimed to police that they'd all been victims of a drive-by. Track said he saw Melly that morning. Was that Fredo Bang's house? Was he there, or?
I'm not sure if I went to his house or Fredo's house, honestly, because it was so long ago. But I remember his family was at his house, went to his house too. So it was like a little bit. Everybody was a little bit different places and things like that. I don't remember exactly where I met him, but because I did go to both houses, so I really don't remember which one.
Sack and Juvie were killed after leaving the recording studio. Portland arrived at the hospital at 4:35 a.m. This week, prosecutors played a video of Melly and Portland at a video shoot later that day. Track was there.
He was fucked up, man. Like, that was, like I said, that was a rough morning, rough day. And I'm very surprised, and you know what I'm saying? And I definitely commend him for just being able to just even going to the video shoot and being professional and doing what he got to do. Because those commitments was done way like prior to the incident. Those, you know, deposits was paid, and you know, and it was either A, refund back the money and funds and things like that, or you know, B, do what he got to do and just man up and do it. And he was able to put himself together and get it done. But the whole day, man, it was a very like sad day. Like you could tell the atmosphere was down. You know, his energy was down. He was trying to pick himself back up, trying to, you know, block it and just wrestle into what he got to do. But you could tell he was hurting really bad, really devastated.
There was like a really big bodyguard with him that day, or at least it looked like a bodyguard. The woman in the video said it was. I mean, did you hire the bodyguard, or did he always have security, or were you worried for his safety?
I always hire security and bodyguards whenever we're doing anything public. If it's a show or a video shoot or anything that's going to be marketed or promoted to the public, we always hire security and things like that. It's part of my job to make sure he's safe and have those, have someone around him that can make sure he's safe.
YNW Portland told police that this was a drive-by shooting. That begs the question, who would want to hurt Melly and his friends? Did anybody ever threaten him and the other guys before this happened? You know, Portland said this was a drive-by.
In the limelight, you're making money and things like that. You don't receive hate. You don't receive from death threats. You don't receive things from everywhere. From people you know, you don't know. People who probably feel obligated or feel, you know what I'm saying, entitled to things. People who might not even know you from campaigns. You know, right? So, you know, as an entertainer, your life is always, your life is always being threatened by somebody or someone. So, I'm pretty sure. But he always handled himself, you know what I'm saying? Well, he always make sure that you know, do what to do, in and out, never lag, never put himself in a place, you know, for stuff like that to happen. So
Was he getting threats?
I'm pretty sure he was. I mean, I get threats. Entertainers get threats. We got artists now that get threats, and they're not even as big as he was. So yeah, 100% he was getting threats. I mean, I think that comes with this game, though. It comes with money, it comes with the fame, it comes with people wanting to be, you know, in your shoes or just don't like you for no reason. I think that's standard when it comes to it. It's part of the application.
The lead detective on the case, Mark Moretti, read text messages to the jury in which Sack Chaser seemed angry at Melly's mom, Jamie King. Something appeared to be going on in the months leading up to the murders. At one point, Melly told Sack that she had sold her soul and called his mother many names.
And she keeps telling people about me, and I'm not even worried about her growth. I'm trying to hold to me. Why? And that's always worried about me. And what the you talking about how you gonna leave and we can't even get in the cage without you being on some crazy.
And the response on August 30th, 2018, 12:41 p.m. from the 9807.
Like, I don't even be knowing what to say. No, she do out of the blue. She the devil for real crazy. I don't got to do with it no more. If you all kill her, bro, she ain't my mom. She sold her soul.
People have miscommunications, and you know, sometimes arguments, but it was never to a point where it was nothing serious. You know, at the end of the day, that's his mother, and we all know that. From Sack to, you know, his friends to wherever, they always gonna have the utmost respect for her. Certain things, you know, as a mother, she may not like or find appropriate. And, you know, that's her right to as his mother. But anything that happened like prior with them, it was always at shows together. It was always positive. It was always a good time. So I wouldn't say there was anything deeply growing. I would say they had miscommunication sometimes, and they didn't see eye to eye. But that's anybody.
Zach and Jamie?
Zach, Jamie, his mom. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody goes through when you're together and you're doing something. You're gonna have things happen when you don't agree with certain things and stuff like that. So I feel like that's normal. But I'm saying I don't think there was nothing in depth where it was like that was out to get each other. It was never that serious.
Okay, because Zach was saying in one of them something about, I feel like you guys are up to something or something like that. So I didn't know if there was some bad blood there. There was like a video Jamie put on YouTube or something where she said Zach threatened her.
I don't think it was ever no bad blood because we would have Sunday dinners in the house. Everybody was eating food, talking, having a good time. So I don't feel like it was ever no bad blood. Like I said, there was probably times where they didn't see eye to eye, maybe took the wrong approach. But that's us learning and not realizing certain things live forever on the internet. But it was never that intention, like where it was bad blood. Like I said, they would see each other through shows and events and dinner and things like that. She'll come cook at the house. So it was never that serious.
Portland said this was a drive-by. Have you ever thought about who would have done something like this?
It would have been. It would have been so much people. You know what I'm saying? Like, not would have been. It could have been so much people because, like, at the end of the day, this man was like, had jewelry, had a large sum of money, and things like that. And you don't know where it came from, but I do know it came from somewhere, and maybe one day we use our resources to find out who really did it and bring justice to Sack and Julie and the victims.
The prosecution has said, Julie and Sack there was shots fired into the car after they were already dead and stuff like that. Some people think Portland did this. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I know one thing. You got two innocent people fighting for their life. You got two deceased, friends and family members that's unfortunately lost their life in the situation. And at the end of the day, justice do need to be served. I understand that completely, but I feel like everybody from the state to the prosecution, they're looking in the wrong direction because at the end of the day, they got two people in there fighting for their life that did nothing but love and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Those are two individuals. So no, I don't think anything like that at all.
Melly has talked in interviews about having two personalities and maybe even more, but specifically he has talked about Melly and Melvin. I asked Track about whether Melly truly believes he has two personalities or whether it's part of his act.
If he had two personalities for I think that would have been way before the music and all that stuff. But now the Melvin persona, come from just him being creative and just giving people something to be entertained by and stuff like that. Certain records that he would do, we love songs, he would put that as melody in a certain records so that'd be more edge and street. On the Melvin, you have a lot of entertainers that did this in the past. You got Beyonce with Such Fears, you got T.I.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop that right there. Okay, let's stop that right there. Okay. So he was just saying that Melly has a lot of things that was going on, in musically wise, and he didn't know nothing about the two personality unless he had the two personalities before anything started. So lastly, so I want to say, where is YNW Melly's ex-manager 100K Track? And because he been missing. Okay, so I found them. Okay, so let's go to our last video right here. Um, we're gonna go to our last little spot. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Melly responded on this Instagram a couple of days ago. Right here, you can see this kind of like old. You can tell it, you know it's old. It's a video, but still, they are communicating over here in the chat. The legendary moments are made by legends to see where we are now from the day. It's a miracle on its own. Proud of my brother at White End of Melly, at Rod Wave, at uh Lil TJ, at 100K, Michael Oze. And then you can see right here, you see Melly, YNW Melly Gallery saying home soon on May the 6th, 2025. And that's what Melly said. He was coming home May the 6th, 25. We know that's not going to happen. Um, and then somebody responded back and said, at YNW Melly, Gallery Free, the GOAT, and all that kind of stuff. And so now this is letting y'all know where what is the name? 100 track at now, okay? He doing a lot of things with a lot of different artists and stuff. So let me see. And here he go right here. He said 100K is the manager. He said at YouTube, thank you for an amazing night and you are very much appreciated for everything you do for the culture. Shout out to at Cash Money Official, Baby and Slim, and their whole organization for giving companies like us and many more the inspiration, motivations to always strive for greatness. Where we coming from, you either play ball or do music or hit the streets and pray you make it out. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. So here you go again. He this the 100K track, dressed up, looking good. Um, Yum Yum made it to the Grammys. Win or lose, we already won. So 67th annual Grammy Award, Jaguar Dream, hashtag YNW, hashtag GBG, hashtag 100K, hashtag SG remain solid, and Adley pre-member Miami, whatever that's supposed to be. Y'all know how y'all talk. Look at Shaw already. He be dressed up now. And he's showing off his teeth. At first, I like didn't know who he was because he looked totally different right here. He looked totally different. Well, them teeth straight. I need them teeth. So that's him, y'all. I don't want to play the whole thing. I don't want to get a copyright strike. I don't own copyright to this music at all, honey. So this is 100K track. He mentioned he's not missing. You can see right here he's busy. He's a busy man. He's still with his company doing great things. Is he Melly's manager? I don't know. I don't know how they do that. Do they stick by each other or what they do? Wait until they get out. I don't know. And here he go right here. Can't see the vision clear if your head's up in the clouds. He said some good stuff though. Okay. All right, y'all. So we know that he's not this was like 4 days ago, but we know that the picture not 4 days ago, okay, but the message was 4 days ago. Okay. Let's go again. I'ma stand on all 10 who I start with. That's what he said. Gonna stand on all 10. So y'all tell me what y'all think. I would just bring y'all up to date. I think 100K is in a good place, a better place, in doing great things with his music and whatever he got going on musical. Now with the trial, I don't know where he is with the 100K is with this trial. I don't know if it's not gonna ever come back up again. I don't know, but y'all tell me what you think. About the video. I just wanted to come give y'all a little brief update. Okay, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, peace.